Hey everyone, and welcome to the Beyond Life and Fitness podcast. I'm Cheryl Patton.
And I'm Megan Prince.
We started this podcast as a way to connect with more people who are struggling to fit it all in. The workouts, the food, kids, work, and relationships.
We know that we're not perfect, but we hope that through our struggles and our mistakes and our failures and our successes that we can help more people through their challenges and be successful. So if you want some tips and tricks to help you along your journey to be the best version of yourself, then this is it.
So we're going to keep it short and sweet today because I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with, especially as they are starting on their health and fitness journey, and that is winning your weekends. I'm pretty sure I've said this phrase before in the past, but you can be totally perfect Monday through Friday, but if you just go completely off the rails on the weekends, you're actually not even meeting your 80% compliance.
No.
So you're actually taking 3 steps forward, 2 steps back every single weekend. And then that is why programs, nutrition plans can't be changed because there's not enough consistency to really know where you're truly sitting at. And you're going to get frustrated because things are not going to be moving as smoothly as they could be. So I think I know something that I've tried to have people do is map out the weekend before the weekend comes. Plan out when your free meal is going to be, if you're having one, what meal on what day is that happening. Use your weekends to maybe get a little bit more creative and try some new recipes and new foods so that you can kind of keep adding to your recipe repertoire and keeping things fun and exciting, right? We don't want food to get too boring. That's a lot of the reason why people go off the rails on the weekend, because they're so strict on the week that they don't allow for enough food substitutions for variety, that they use the weekend to kind of get caught up on all the things that they think they've missed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it's just like this different mindset, right? When you're not working and when you're off, the free time is just almost feels like vacation, right? And you don't have those things. But I think when you're not changing it, you're choosing it. So I feel like people also decide at the beginning of something to choose a goal. This is what I want to do. I want to lose 30 pounds. You chose it. I didn't come to you and say, you need to lose 30 pounds. You came to me and said, I want to lose 30 pounds. So if this is your goal, then we have to get serious. Like you have to be serious about it. You have to take everything. When people want to have babies and stuff, they go to every single thing that they possibly can to make sure, like testing their ovulation, testing their temperatures, taking all the supplements, all the things that they have to do to get there. But I think when it comes to this goal of weight loss, that kind of stuff, it's open to things sneaking in, right? Because it's like, I don't really have to lose the 30 pounds, right?
Or I've had a hard day. I deserve to have this.
Yeah. And I think that's where the mindset shift has to be. Weekends, you have more time. So you can cook. You have more time to plan meals. You have more time to like sit and enjoy and get outside and be active. So instead of like sitting at work when you're like, oh my God, I want that chocolate bar staring at me because you're just at work and you're bored. Weekends are filled with so many fun things that it actually takes your mind away from thinking about what food or what things that you want to eat. But I think it comes back to like, how important is this goal to you and how much do you want it? Because you can't just decide to do it half the time.
You just can't wish for it to happen.
No. And I think that's where I think people on the weekends, if they were to really stick to their plan, that's where they would really start seeing results, right?
Totally.
Because you're like,
because normally it's not like it's the whole weekend. It's not just a couple of meals.
Yeah,
it would be breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all the snacks that happen in between tends to be what I see when people really struggle with the weekends. And I think a lot of it ties back to just how inflexible they are during the week. Right? So I think, and this is where learning these foundational habits really comes into play. Like, okay, so say your meal plan asks for you to have like a chicken bowl of some sort, like chicken, rice, whatever vegetables you want, some avocado. And you're like, well, I don't want chicken. I don't feel like chicken. I don't want rice. Okay, great. How do we then just swap that all out so that you can have whatever protein, carbohydrates, fats that you want and stay within your calorie and macro allotment for that particular meal? And it's a skill, it's a habit that takes time and that takes practice. And that's why you have coaches in your corner to help guide you through that process.
And that's the thing, I think maybe clients don't realize that you can change your meal plan to many things.
100%.
And we can navigate it. When you go out to a restaurant, you can send me the menu and I'll look at it and say, oh, that would probably be the best option. Or what do you think's the best option? So then you can kind of be like, okay, I think it's that one. Or because again, that show we were watching, Super Size versus Super Skinny, they bring out 3 meals from a restaurant and people have to decide which meal has more calories. And sometimes it's really hard because it throws you off. There's like a coleslaw with a fish and chips. Like if you have a fish and chips with fries, or a sandwich that has mayo and bacon and avocado, but like we're going calorie wise, right? So sometimes you don't know as a client what meal is going to be the best. You think, oh, I'll get the salad, or, oh, I'll get, something with no carbs. But sometimes there's like a better option of a baked potato, a steak, and some steamed vegetables would be a perfect option.
Yep.
Right? Because you're kind of hitting everything and you can also control what butter, what's that in, you know what I mean? You can kind of control that a bit more, but clients don't know. So maybe on the weekends, it's like, reach out to your coach and say, on the weekends, I don't want to have chicken, rice, and avocado for lunch. What can you give me 2 bowls that I can do for Saturday and Sunday? It'll be exciting. Go to the grocery store, get all that stuff, make like a little taco salad bowl or something, right? But I think maybe they just don't ask and they think maybe I just have to follow this meal plan exactly or that I'm off. But there's so much flexibility in nutrition. It's just when we start, here's the plan. Because when I remember clients had asked me before, can I have a meal plan for every day of the week? Do you know, that would be insane. You would, first of all, you can't now prep the same meals every day for 7 days. And now you want 7 recipes for dinners. Like if you can't meal prep just basic chicken, rice, vegetables, cottage cheese, yogurt, blah, 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 whatever. Like you have to have that down first. And then once you have that down pat, then, then we can put quinoa instead of rice. Or we can put sweet potato instead of rice. And then the more you do it, the longer, like you'll be like, oh, for that amount of rice, I know pretty close to how much sweet potato you can have now, right? Like you could eyeball it, but I think it's an all or nothing mindset too, diet mindset that people get into. And if I'm not doing it, then I might as well just go full off track. But it's like, why don't you just plan your weekend? We're going to the in-laws for dinner. Mm-hmm. I know what they're going to have. So I'll make a plan before you get there. Sometimes you don't stick to it and then you get mad at yourself. And then the next time you'll try to stick to it again and then you might not. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So every time it's like you screw up, then you try, at least you're thinking that I don't want to do that next time. At least it's a thought.
Totally. And again, like it takes practice. It's not going to be perfect right out of the gate. So, and as you mentioned before, like going to restaurants and stuff, like it takes now a lot of it, especially if it's a chain restaurant, they have all of the calories and even sometimes the macro breakdown of all the meals, and look at it and compare. Like there are some salads that are like over 1,000 calories. Right? So like, as you said, sometimes it's a way better option to find something different, right? And it could be something that you actually maybe
even like pizza or a flatbread or something like that, right? That has tons of protein on it. I don't know. Or double the meat on it, but things like that you could sub instead. But I think, it's about I set this goal for myself. So I'm the one that needs to put in the work, the time and the effort to make sure that I keep putting one foot in front of the other, to keep working towards whatever that end goal is. And then that's why you hire a coach to help keep you accountable to that particular goal. So if you keep doing really well during the week, going completely off the rails on the weekend, again, it's not us as coaches. We get frustrated because we know what needs to be done, but you're the one that's going to get even more frustrated because you keep taking those 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, right? Must be frustrating.
It would be super frustrating. Like I can just think like if you're hiking up a hill, hiking up like a mountain, it's like, okay, I'm going to go 2/3 of the way up and come back down a whole third and then go back up again another 2/3, back down a third.
So maybe with that client, it's like maybe one day a week, then you go off rails. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because then at least it's one day that's not
versus
over.
2.
Yeah, versus 2. Because who knows how many days you're eating in one day of calories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could be eating 3 times your daily amount in one day.
Totally.
So then you're just hurting yourself. Or like have a dinner on Saturday night, Sunday night. Those are your 2 meals. Don't have dessert, don't have alcohol, and watch your portions, right?
Yeah.
And like this is a goal. You're choosing to do it. So it's not like it's a non-negotiable kind of if you really want to.
Yeah.
You're paying money for it.
That's just it.
Right.
And like as you said too, by learning the foundations of how macros work, really there's nothing off limits.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a matter of figuring out how it's going to fit. So,
I have seen people where they've given 2 high days a week.
Yep.
So I guess in regards to that client, there could be 2 days that are super low. Those would be hard days though.
I hate those days. I hate it when my coach does that.
And then have 2 high days. They could, and then maybe get them to try that. And they'll be like, oh no, I don't like that. I just want to eat consistently the same every single day, right?
Yeah.
It's like, if you really want this, you have to change your mindset. Like you have to change it. Weekends are not vacation. Weekends are still count. Your body still ingests those calories.
Yeah.
It's not like on the weekends, your body doesn't count them.
And I think too, if you decide to go 2 days completely off the rails, like, how do you feel? How is your energy? How is your digestion? Right? Like I would think you would be very much affected by all of that.
And then your weight would be up and then you'd be discouraged and then you don't really want to stick to your meal plan starting on Monday.
Yeah.
So it's like those little wins on the weekend and then you can see them on Monday, then start building your confidence in yourself. But if you are giving up on those weekends, then you're breaking trust to yourself.
Yeah.
You're breaking a promise you made to yourself. So you're not going to trust yourself at all. And if you don't have self-trust, you're going to have a really hard time in this journey, right?
Yeah. You're going to have a hard time reaching the goal that you have set out for yourself.
And I think you just have to make a plan and then consistently write down, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And what does that look like? If it's just winning your weekends, it's 2 days. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. And that's it.
Yeah. So here's to winning your weekends. Thanks everybody for listening today, and we truly appreciate you. And let us know what your biggest takeaway was today, and if you have any questions you want answered on the podcast. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast to automatically receive your episodes and to help us reach more listeners. We would love to connect with you on our socials, either Facebook or Instagram, with links in the show notes. Till next time, keep taking those small steps towards your best life.